crazy. Look what seeing, dog.
That nigga got a fucking kaiju.
Look, Godzilla on them kaiju. Twerk, baby, twerk, Harlem kaiju. Work it, girl, work.
This is a Harlem kaiju. No. About the first night. Let's talk about the first night. So, went to what's this place called? I think it was called Area 15. Went there and met Leon, Badger, Gooch, Moxie, Nadia was there. Vex was there, but I didn't get to see Vex there because we had to leave early. Zach, your boy Zach that can draw, met him as well. Zax was there, so I met Zax as well. Hey, everybody, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Everybody was looking pretty decent there. I'm like, yeah. Besides Leon looked like a hobo, but everybody else.
I mean, Leon always looks like a hobo. If he looked cleaned up, you'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Leon had a Sonic belt on. Like he had a belt on, and the buckle was just Sonic, and I was like, "You fucking nerd, man." You know what? Hey, respect to you though. Props to you because it was good. The Cannolis was there. I don't know if y'all know who they are. They're another YouTube channel. They were good. The Doolies were there. Oh my dude shock. I didn't get to see them that night because they were in some fucking museum. Like, yeah, I guess it's like a fake grocery store, and they're just walking around that shit, the museum, doing whatever the story was. I was like, man, I'm not doing that shit. And the tickets was $40. I'm like, man, what? You know what I could do with $40? Literally anything else. So we didn't do that. And listen, Zach, that motherfucker was so high. He was so high. So I'm trying to find everybody in the place, and they were like, oh, we're upstairs, we're downstairs. And then after a while, nobody answers. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk around and see if I find somebody. As soon as I go upstairs, I see this man, Zach, and there's like these lockers with like, pictures in them. And he's just opening up the lockers and he's just staring at it. And then he'll close it and he'll be like, man, that's some cool shit. He didn't see me behind him for like 5 minutes. I'm just watching him. I'm like, what are you doing? He's just standing there, like, opening up lockers. Then he was like, oh, what's up, Kaida? And so, yeah, that was cool. But the craziest thing that happened that day is I got invited to the private meetup, like the meetup before the actual meetup, like the Neurotic one, where they were all hanging out and all the big YouTubers and shit were at. That shit was kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't really know how to feel about that. They were like, oh yeah, Kaida, New Geeks and Gamers, yeah, you're all in. I'm like, oh, okay, because people was getting turned away at the door because it was like a private event. I'm like, yo, what the fuck did I do to get to this private event? But that was cool. And I was taking shots. Y'all already know I was taking shots. But the event was cool. I met, Neurotic, Steph. I met Steph there. Project Ed Rose, Philip Chan, he was there as well. Beardo, Ryan, whole bunch of other people. Disbrew was there, but I didn't talk to Disbrew like at all the whole trip. Now that I think about it, I didn't say a word to him. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, Disbrew was there. There was a bunch of other people there. Sheep was there. It was fun. And then after that, because Nadia, I don't know if y'all know who that is, Horror with Nods, she took me there. And then like 30 minutes later, she's like, oh, yeah, we're going to leave. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I have to stay because, I just got here. It was only like 30 minutes. But then after the meetup, I had to walk down to this bar because everybody else was at this bar. Leon and all these other folks were at the bar drinking. I'm like, all right, I got to go down there. And as I'm walking down the street, I could see them. I clocked it, right? Listen, street smart. I clocked it all the way down the road. 2 Latina chicks dressed in pink was walking my way. And I'm walking there. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep walking, doing my thing, whatever, right? So as I walk by, I kid you not, one of the chicks goes like this. She gets real close up, walks by me and goes, and like smells me from here to here. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And she was like, oh, you smell good. How much that costs? No. Nah, I'm good. I'm not doing that. So I just kept walking, and then you can hear her back behind me, talking Spanish. They kind of followed me for a little bit. I didn't tell nobody this.
You're gonna get kidnapped. They're gonna peel your skin off and make it into a soap.
I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of freaked out because I kept walking, and then they were following me like a little bit up the block, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck, man? What's going on here? But I got to the bar, pretty safe. And that's when I met everybody else. But Wednesday wasn't really that eventful. But Thursday night was Thursday night was wild. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy, especially when we got to the party bus. We got to the party bus for like the to go to the meetup. Man, so first of all, we all went and got brunch. The brunch was pretty cool. I think that was the highlight for real. If you ask me, the brunch was fun. Sammy 3Pete was there. We had Gooch, we had Zax, and all of them was at the brunch. But after the brunch, Gooch took us to this grocery store so we can get some alcohol, whatever. So we got the alcohol, and then you're like, we're gonna get ready to go to the meetup later. I don't even remember what happened during that day until the meetup. I don't know what the fuck we did. I'm trying to think, and I can't remember. aTraes, what the fuck did we do?
We went to brunch, then we went and got alcohol, and then we went to a fucking boring ass mob museum.
Oh yeah, we went to the mob museum. I liked it. I liked the mob museum. They had what's his name? Frank Calabrese Jr. Like an actual mob son was there.
Yeah,
like,
the nigga. Yeah, I didn't see enough Vlad videos. I know all about the nigga. There's no story.
I know, but that was actually him.
It was actually him, but I didn't see the nigga enough. He ain't surprised. Like I wouldn't see that nigga and be like, "Oh my god, you murdered people back in the day." No, like it's like, okay, nigga, I've seen you on like 30 Vlad interviews. I'm good. Like I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really that. I'm not of a celebrity type of person. I don't like look at people like and.
Well, I don't just because you missed it, he wasn't just standing there. He told like his whole story. It was like for like 30
story
minutes.
That I've heard 30 times on Vlad TV. I don't care.
Bro, that shit was great, man. You bailed out before we even got there. We fucking went up. We went upstairs. We walking around the museum looking at everything because everything was cool. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of interested in this stuff. He's like, yeah, all right, y'all let me know when this is over.
Man, it was dope. My problem was we had already been doing a lot of walking. I was carrying my bag with some camera equipment in it, which was it was heavy. And in my mind, when I agreed to go to the mob museum, I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good spot to take pictures at. But then we got in there, and this was like they was being finicky about how you take pictures and stuff like that. And it was kind of dark in there, and I was like, you know what, this shit ain't worth the hassle. This shit's kind of boring. So you know what I'm saying? I went outside and I did my own personal photo shoot. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This nigga taking y'all through the whole. I'm finna get to the juicy details. We finna get to the juicy details. This nigga. All right, let's start at the party bus because my Wednesday game.
Yeah, tell them how you missed your flight.
Yeah, I missed my flight. I told this story on the show earlier, but I missed my flight simply because of a couple of reasons. For one, I may have or may not have hit the snooze button on my alarm clock by a couple of minutes. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to get up at 5. I ended up getting up at 5:30. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Now, granted, that probably still wasn't enough time to, go through the because my flight was supposed to leave at 7:59. All right, anyway. So I get to Hartsfield Jackson, biggest fucking airport. You know what I'm saying? Thinking I'm good. I got an hour, but I underestimated TSA, gang. I'm not gonna lie. I underestimated that line was long as shit. Now, even though I got finished with TSA with a couple of minutes, and if I haul ass, I can make it. Except TSA was like, nigga. It was like, nigga. Bring that bag right here. We need to check that bag. So I'm like, damn, what did we check? So they checking my bag. I can't catch an attitude with TSA, gang. They got the power to fuck your whole day up. So I had to be chill about it. They get finished checking my bag. I hit the plane train. I get off the plane train. I'm going to the econ course. I hit the plane train, get off, and go the wrong goddamn way. My plane is on the literal other side of the wing, bro. I was sick.
Oh.
I got there about 10 minutes too late. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Anyway, that's not the point. My next flight, they sent me to Chicago, and I had to sit in Chicago for 5 hours to get on a plane just to land in Vegas by about 12:30 that night. I was sick. I ain't gonna hold you. But anyway, I was in my room about 12:30 that night. I called Kaida. Well, the plan was, because by this time, guys, I had already put out on Twitter that I wasn't going to be able to go to Vegas. Because in my mind, well, that's a whole. I don't feel like telling that part of the story, but I was going to surprise this nigga, pop up at the bar. I was in contact with Leon. Leon sent me a picture of this nigga at the bar. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, but I'm about to pop up. I get to my room. I'm like, hey, yo, Leon, where y'all at? Leon told me some shit. We out. Like, what you mean? So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's only 12:30 at night. I'm in Vegas. Like, what's the move? I ain't had no choice. I had to call this nigga Kaida. He didn't even believe that I was in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga talking about I'm going to sleep. I'm like, nigga, it's 12:30. What the fuck are we doing?
It was not 12, bro. It was like it was almost 3 o'clock.
Gang,
I
will pull the fucking log right now, nigga.
It was almost, but you want to know how I know? Because Von Coleman, MSK, and who else was it? Sammy 3P. They were like, hey, come to the strip club. And I was like, I don't really want to go to the strip club for real. And they was like, come to the strip club.
This is unbelievable cap. You want to know how I know it's cap? Because hold on, whose fucking number is this? It's cap. Because I'm looking at the time right now. It says 3:36 a.m. However, I'm in Eastern time now. So it was actually at 12:36. Bro, I got to my room at 12:30.
No, man, nah.
Chat. What do I have to lie about? If I was to be in Vegas right now, this would say 12:36 on April 17th, gang. Y'all can't see this. On April 17th, it says outgoing call for 8 minutes at 3:36 a.m. But I'm in Eastern time zone now, so it's showing 3:36 a.m. But when we was in Vegas, it was 12:36. Why would I get to my hotel at 12:30 and wait 3 hours to call this nigga? What sense does that make?
Sound like some bullshit to me.
No, it wasn't no bullshit. I know what I'm talking about. I landed in Vegas at 11:55. I got to my hotel at 12:30 something.
God damn. What are you doing up?
The hell she had. But anyway, so let's get to the juicy stuff. So Wednesday, I spent my time in the airport. Thursday comes, gang. We get up, we go to brunch with Sammy 3P and them. Gooch met Gooch for the first time.
Shout out Gooch.
Man, Gooch is just that nigga, bro. He's just that nigga.
Yeah.
He, you know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't finna dick ride right now. But anyway, he's, you know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna right now, but you will later.
Anyway, so yeah, they cool people, you know what I'm saying? Me, Leon, Sammy, and whatchamacallit and his wife was sitting at the same table. Our table was more funnier and lit. It is what it is. Anyway, we left that. We went to the mob museum. Boring. After that, we got alcohol and we got on the fucking party bus. Which
tell them about the meat, bro. Tell them about the meat.
I'm getting there.
That was before the party bus though. The salty meat. I'm not talking about those fucking African meats, nigga. That's just not important. So we get on a party bus, gang. And I'm thinking, bro, this shit finna be lit. We was on that party bus for like 8 minutes. So what happened? So this is what happened. So at first, well, on the way there, we were supposed to be on the party bus for like 30, 45 minutes, going around the city, drinking, looking at shit. But we had Roman Empire on there. And he's an older man. So he was like, man, I'm trying to be there. He's not trying to be that late because we were going to be like 30 minutes late. But, he was like, he's trying to be on time or whatever. So I don't know if you noticed on the way back, it was longer than on the way there. Because on the way back, I told her, just fucking loop it around and do whatever. But on the way there, he was like, nah, because he was getting ready to get out and catch an Uber for real. Because he was like, Roman, he's the older white dude beside me. Because he was like, man, I'm not trying to be on the bus, especially when we started playing rap. He was like, yeah, I'm about to catch a fucking Uber. He was like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So that's why it was that fast. That's why it was fast. I got fucked up quick, though.
Yeah. So anyway, the party bus was like 5 minutes. So we get to the fucking meetup, right? Neurotic is there. It's a long-ass line outside. Now, mind you, this nigga Kaida is a slide dog, bro. This nigga been finagling behind closed doors, making sure, yeah, bro, I got VIP. I'm getting in.
Bro, I don't know if you know this. I'm a part of Geeks and Gamers now.
Nah, so let me tell you. So we get there, and this nigga, hey, they open the doors up, Kaida. I told this nigga, said, bro, I'm not waiting in that line. Now, if it was me, I would have pulled strings to make sure my boy can get in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's New Blackstreet, baby. We here. It's a 2-piece combo. Nah, bro, this nigga was
exactly
like,
what I was doing.
You know what this nigga told me, bro? I don't know what you finna do, bro. That's what that nigga
That
told
nigga
me.
don't lie. He's a liar. No.
He passed out in the cold. Oh my god.
So first of all, I was drunk. I was already drunk when I got off the bus. I don't know if you noticed. I just walked straight across the street. I didn't even look. I got off the bus and just walked over there. I saw Beardo, and I was like, Beardo. He's like, what's up? And then he was like, hey, I'm gonna get you in. I was like, can you get one? Can you get him in too? He was like, oh, I was only able to get you. So I walked in. And I was looking for Ryan, and I was looking for everybody else, so I can come back and get him, right? So I'm walking in, and I'm looking around. I put my bag down. I'm looking around. You know, I go outside. You know, QBG's out there, but he's busy. And you know, I couldn't find Ryan. So as I'm walking back out, I see Steph, my nerdy home. So I go and I start talking to her, so I can go back and get aTraes. And then aTraes walks up, talking about something. Yeah. So you was just gonna leave me outside.
Let me tell you. So he goes in, bro.
Yeah, let's hear his lies.
He goes in. He goes deep into the abyss of whatever this bar is. Okay, it's nothing but niggas all up in there. Out comes Ryan Cannell. Okay, Ryan Cannell.
So that's how I missed him.
Gooch. Right? Yeah. So what's going on, Gooch? So out comes Ryan Cannell, right? And I noticed he's there, but I'm not really worried about, because I'm not gonna be like, oh, yo, Ryan Cannell, oh my god, I'm such a big fan, I'll suck your dick, bro. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing for the rest of the day, because in my mind, I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna let me in this bitch. I'm not standing in this line. Like, listen, guys, I like Nerdrotic. I do. I watch his videos. But what do I always tell y'all? Be a supporter, not a fan. I'm a supporter. I'm not standing out in that fucking long ass line just to meet this guy. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch his videos after. I'm not doing that. I'm just not. I've never been built like that. I'm not a fan of nobody that way. Maybe a little bit of Kanye, but I don't know about now. But anyway. But then Ryan somehow recognized me, but I found out later that Ryan Cannell only recognized me because he thought I was Kaida. Ain't that a fucking bitch? That's what racist ass.
He said I brought him in because I thought it was you. When he said that, I cried, bro.
So Ryan brings me in, but no, like he did acknowledge. He was like, "Oh no, you're Kaida's boy." Like he did it right away. Like he was like, "Oh yeah, you come on in," and he was like, "Oh no, you're Kaida's boy." And I was like, "Yeah, we partners." Nah, I'm not his boy. We partners. I don't even get this shit twisted. Anyway, but yeah, so we get in there. Mind you, guys, like I said, we bought liquor before we came. He had his own bottle of 1800. I had a bottle of Ciroc. I'm drinking this shit by myself, nigga. We're in that bitch getting fucked up. Now, when I got in there, instead of trying to get me in, this nigga was in here trying to spit game to Tugs, bro.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. I was talking to Steph first.
By the way, it's kind of thick. I ain't gonna lie.
I was talking to Steph first, right? Because, you know, this is my first time actually talking to Steph, because she's part of Geesa Gamers too. So I was talking to her, and then I just happened to notice. I was like, oh, who was that? You know, I didn't know who that was. So I was just like, oh, who was that? And then it's like, oh, that's Tuz. I'm like, oh, what's up? And I just started talking, and then I look back, and there go aTraes. I mean, it's not like I was going to
leave this nigga red-handed, bro.
It's not like I was going to leave him. I was coming back.
Anyway, so we got up in there, you know what I'm saying, the line. They ended up moving the line. I went over, sat over by a table. It's me. Uncle T is there, you know.
Uncle T showed up too, man. And Cyfax was there. Shout out Uncle T. That motherfucker, no, fuck Uncle T. I'm going to tell you what. I told him, I said, hey, after we leave the meetup, we going to go down to the strip. And we going to go, we going to go out and do whatever we got to do. And this nigga left the meetup before we could do that, bro. I was looking forward to, like, hitting the street with my boy Uncle T, man. That kind of made me upset.
Man, listen, gang. Uncle T, I was sick about Uncle T. I just met the dude. I was sick about Uncle T leaving because Uncle T would have been a better wingman than this nigga Kaida, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I can already tell. I can already tell. Listen, bro. Kaida in there networking, trying to be the sly dog that he is. Uncle T like, man, fuck all this, man. This lame ass shit, man. Let's go over here to the real women. Let's get with the real. I'm feeling them now. I'm drunk. I'm okay. Okay, T. Let's nah, cuz. That ain't what I said, cuz. Don't even try to get me now.
Nah, bitchy, get him. Nah, anyway, that was crazy.
Uncle T hyping it up like, yeah, we finna go and get some baddies. I'm like, okay, cool. So you know what I'm saying? He like, we're gonna go over here to the comedy club. And I'm like, all right, cool. And the nigga ghosted us. Nigga disappeared on our ass. But anyway, so anything, guys, I'm starting to get drunk. And shit is starting to get crazy.
Yo, I was
Unfortunately,
I don't know why you didn't hide your bottle, right? So you didn't tell. So we're in a bar. Obviously, we can't bring outside liquor in. That's why I kept mine in a bag. So every time I wanted to pour up, I just went to my bag, poured a little shot real quick, put it back in the bag, took the shot, and then kept it pushing.
Nigga,
This
I
nigga
was
had the
drunk
whole
already.
bottle sitting on the table.
I
Just
was
sitting on the
drunk
table.
already. You don't understand. I was drunk already.
No, I do understand. So what happened? So I went outside, right? I went outside because they had a little outside patio area, right? And I saw the Wi-Fi's guy. Well, he's really cool. I've been watching him for a while. So I was talking to him, and as I walk back inside, I see this nigga aTraes at the table. So you don't know. I saw you fall. Okay. I saw you fall backwards. I don't know who. I think it was Leon. I think it was Leon was there. And he did something. And you like went and almost fell on your ass. And then Leon dropped his fucking vape and it broke. And he was pissed about that for the rest of the night because his vape broke. He was like, you
bro,
bastard, you broke my vape. And you was like, man, I'm sorry, man.
Nah, because I didn't break that nigga's vape, bro. Everybody keeps saying that shit. Everywhere I go, oh, you the guy that broke Leon's vape? I didn't break shit, bro. He gonna have to
broke his vape.
Recording of that shit happening, bro. Because that shit didn't happen.
I'm telling you,
gang,
broke his shit.
Unfortunately, there's shades of this story that we got to leave out because because telling this entire story would step on the toes of other people, and that's just not something I'm willing to do. But there was a lot of alcohol. There's a lot of white girl wasted going on. And man, I'm gonna just tell y'all this, nigga. I can't even say that. I can't
Look,
say that.
I'll say it. Hey, you know who you are, man. You my nigga, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. You already know. You know you my nigga. Look, you my nigga. Because as soon as shit was happening, I ran straight to him. I was like, hey, you gotta go. And I kid you not, 15 seconds later, he was gone. He was out of there.
Dog, like, nah, and it wasn't even just that, but gang, like, it just nah.
Listen, I will say, the tequila was starting to get to me a little bit. And
but that fucked up my whole night game because we were supposed to go out and be out later, but nigga, I crashed. I ain't gonna hold you. Nigga, bro. I remember getting on the party bus. I don't remember what happened on that party bus. I just remember getting on it and off it. And I remember being on the ground.
So this is what happened. So, it was like, I think it was like 10:30ish. It was getting close to the end of the meetup. And so I was back in the back talking with Vex and I was talking to Leon or whatever. No, I was talking to the Saska twin. Me and her was talking all night. I was talking to her, right? Because I'm trying to get her on the stream. And she kept giving me hugs.
Get her on the stream, all right.
She kept giving me hugs. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I was talking to her, and I'm trying to stay because I'm trying to see what's happening afterwards. I'm trying to see, where the after party at. Vex walks up. She's like, Kaida, you got to get back on the bus. We're gonna miss the bus. And I was like, Vex, back up. Let's back up. Just give me like 5 minutes, right? And she's like, we don't got 5 minutes. The bus is about to leave. I'm like, give me 2.5. But she's like, I can't do that. So we had to leave and we got on the party bus, right? So as we got on the party bus, I could tell aTraes was fucked, right? Y'all didn't see y'all should have seen his face. He was out. Like he was just walking. This was your face the whole time. He was like this. Just walking. You didn't say nothing. You was just looking, smiling the whole time. And you got on the bus. And as we got on the bus, right, we playing the music and everything. And also, bro. So as we're on the bus and we're playing the music, Leon's on the pole. That nigga's dancing on the pole. I'm not lying. Leon got on that fucking pole and started dancing. It was ridiculous, right? And I was dancing too. I was on the party bus. We was dancing too. And everything's going well until somebody passed aTraes, the ox. You got the ox and started playing sad music. So the first one you played was like some Spanish shit, right? It was like some Spanish music. And it's like, oh, okay, we could get to this a little bit. Fine, And then the next one was like some sad shit. I don't even know what it was. But you was sitting there, you was like, just in the front of the bus, listening to the sad music. And everybody's like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? And then I was like, bro, change the song. And then you changed it to some more sad shit. And everybody's like, yo, can we get the ox? So somebody else took the ox. I think it was Andy, and he started playing some 3-6 Mafia or whatever. And we was having a good one, right? So the party bus was fun. It was fun. It was a good time. And as we got off the party bus, bro, it was crazy, right? Because you was just sitting there, you was like, you saw Leon, you said, I know that man ain't up there shaking his ass. I kid you not. I remember it vividly. You said, I know he not up there shaking his ass. I was like, bro, he's on the pole. He's like, that nigga gay.
It was another problem with the party bus. Not only did the party bus game only last about 8 minutes, the party bus was a fucking sausage fest, guy.
He thought there was gonna be strippers on the party bus.
I didn't think it was gonna be strippers, gang. I just thought it was gonna be women, nigga. Like, bro, it was the doolies. You know, he had his, you know, they together. All right, Nadia there with her husband, and there was another couple there, and the rest was like, I ain't gonna hold you, gang. Just old white guys. Like, I'm like, bro, like, am I finna get traffic? Like, what the fuck? Like, this shit was, hey, bro, I couldn't. Like all that energy Leon and them had, you know, dancing on the pole, I just didn't have it, bro. It was a sausage fest in that mug. So I'm glad I don't remember the second. But anyway, so yeah,
you shouldn't. If you would have came back out, you would have had a good time.
But I couldn't come back out, gang. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, so let me tell y'all. So we got off the party bus, right? As we're leaving, I step off the party bus. I see this nigga aTraes on the ground. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And I was like, you good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. So, you know, we making plans. We're like, yeah, we're going to go back inside. We're going to wash up a little bit. We're going to come back out and we're going to hit the bars. He's like, all right, bet. Let's get it, right? So we go back to the hotel. You know, we're clowning around on the way back to the hotel. So as we get back, me and aTraes, we in the elevator. I'm like, yo, hey, in about 5-10 minutes, you know, I'm going to come back down. I'm going to get you. And we're going to go back out, go in the shower, and we're going to hit the street. He's like, all right, bet. Smile never left his face. So he goes to his room. I go up, I shower, you know, a little bit, wash up, change clothes. I hit up Leon. He's like, I'm outside. Sammy, Zach. He's like, yeah, I'm downstairs. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, all right, on the way down, I'm gonna go to aTraes' room. I'm gonna get him because I know he was fucked up. So as I'm walking to the door, my first thought was, if he's fucked up, he's staying here. I knocked on the door. This nigga aTraes opened the door, looked me dead in my eyes, and said, nigga, who are you? I was like, yeah. Wow. He's out. He is out. He's out. And I go in the room. Like his bag's on the floor, shoes all over the place. And he just jumps back in the bed. He's like, And then, I ain't gonna lie. I think I got it recorded where you was on the bed. Because you was like, I was like, bro, you fucked up. He's like, man, no, I'm not, man. I'm ready to go. And I was like, all right, stand up. And you tried to stand up and you went right back on the bed. So I gave you some water. I was like, bro, drink the water. All right. We going out, lock the door. So as I'm walking out, he's like, man, I don't even know who you is. Nigga, that shit was crazy. He said, I don't even know who you is, nigga, but all right. So I walked out the door, and as the door closed, I heard it lock. I was like, all right, cool. He's good to go. So then we went back. We went to the Latina club. Bro, it was great. The Latina club was great.
Nah, so this is what time. Now we get to the Friday. You feel me? We get to the fucking Friday. So yeah, I fucked up my whole Thursday. I ain't gonna lie. I got a little too drunk. So but I had a whole bottle of Ciroc to myself, gang. So like, don't judge me too bad. But anyway, so Friday, I want to skip to we went to that Latina club that they went to the night before. Yeah. We went, but apparently it wasn't Latina night anymore. Okay. So
it was like white people, white girl music, and then on the other side it was straight goth music. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So we get into this club. It's cool though. You know what I'm saying? It ain't tripping. A lot of white folks in there. Club's cool. Are we getting rated by Lawrence?
Shout Yo, LG, Lawrence. What's good? What's good? If y'all coming in from LG stream, we are talking about the FNT meetup where we was out in Vegas real quick before we start talking about all the other shit.
So let's
shout out LG.
Let's discuss the one night stand that wasn't. So gang, we get into this Latina club, right? Now, granted, apparently it's not Latina night anymore, and it's a bunch of white folks in there. Nigga, the moment I get in, oh, I caught me one. The moment I walk in, so I go up to the bar, and I kind of just, I'm trying to scope the room, trying to see what's going on, feel the vibe, catch what's going on. Ironically, a Latina chick comes up next to me at the bar, and I guess she's trying, I don't know if she's trying to order or what, but we kind of bumped into each other. Leaned over and said, "Hey, yo, my bad. Let me give you some space on the bar." She's like, No, you okay? You okay? I'm like, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you a little bit of space. And then she was like, okay. And I'm like, I said something along the lines of, well, let me stay close because I might need a dance partner later. And she gets to chuckling and stuff like that, da. And then we just started having conversation, barely because the music loud. But she said she was there with her mother-in-law, and she has to follow her everywhere she goes. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. So they out on the dance floor, right? So I'm thinking that's it. Now, mind you, this Latina chick bad. Now
she was
40.
She
was relative. Bad according to being 40 years old. Obviously, if you stand her next to Sydney Sweeney, it ain't gonna add up. But
I mean, bro, she didn't look like she was 40 though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, she didn't look like she was 40. She looked really
like she was 40.
So I'm drinking, what I'm saying? Wasn't really nothing on the menu that I really wanted to drink like that. And I was trying to pace myself anyway, because the night before. So I'm drinking a twisted tea. I ain't gonna lie. Sorry. I'm drinking a twisted tea. So anyway, I noticed while she out there dancing, eyes locked on your boy. So I had already made my decision. I'm like, fuck mother-in-law. I'm finna go slide. But it didn't even occur to me, gang, that she said mother-in-law. I'm like, I didn't even hear that correctly. So I get over there. The right song comes on. I get over there, catch up with her, and we start dancing. I noticed on her phone, there's a picture of a man on her phone. And I ain't not no regular man. This nigga got his shirt off, tattoos across his face. He was having this was a cartel member. I am not playing with you. This is a nigga. This is a cartel. So as we're dancing, she pulls me. She's like, "Yeah, so I'm married," and she shows me the ring, and I'm like, "All right, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We just here." But then she gives me the story. Her husband's been locked up.
For how long? Tell him how long. Tell him how long her husband was locked up.
For 7 years, gang. Now, mind you, I'm in there. We dance. I'm talking about, nigga, we ain't regular dancing. This ain't slow grind dancing. We in there dancing, like fucking with your clothes off dancing type. Like we to Taylor Swift, might I add. To Taylor Swift.
We got a bigger raid coming here soon, man. We got a bigger raid coming soon.
Yeah. So we kicking it. Now, mind you, the more and more I interact with this girl, man, like she can't keep her hands off me, but she's trying to avoid her mother-in-law seeing her. I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all gonna judge me. It is what it is. She was bad. I couldn't help it. Her mother-in-law turned her back one good time. She pushed me against the wall. And as short as she was, she reached all the way up and kissed the fuck out you, boy. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't fight it. I ain't fight it at all. I was a little bit under the influence. Anyway, we're gonna fast forward.
He was having a great time. I got stuck on the other side. I got stuck on the golf side because some chick sat me down to start telling me her fucking life story. And she was like white girl wasted, fucking yelling in my ear. Spit was flying out her mouth and shit.
First of all,
just fucking talking.
You are diabolical, niggas. You are diabolical. Yeah. That is not the way we do things around here. Anyway,
not that one. But
so
yeah, I was stuck.
So her mom wanted to leave. She winds up leaving, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I wasn't mad about them leaving because I'm like, well, that frees me up to take a look at some of these, what I'm saying, white girls. Let's see what's going on here. But then we left. we left right after. And he wanted to go and sit down at this little bar that we stuck out like sore thumbs, nigga. We were
the only niggas in there.
The only niggas in the building. You know what I'm saying? But then she texted me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had hit her up. I was like, "Hey, yo, let me know y'all made it home safe." Because they was kind of drunk. She was like, "Hey, I'm at this Mexican spot called the La Porta or something like that. You should come through." I'm like, shit. Now it's not within walking distance, so I was gonna have to take an Uber. I asked this nigga Kaida if he wanted to come. He was like, "Nah, I really wish that nigga would have changed his mind because nigga, when I got there, I pull up. I guess I didn't read the name correctly because this wasn't just no Hispanic. We went to a Latina club. This was a nigga. This was a get your pendejo ass up out of here club because it was the straight cartel in that bitch. And I'm in there. She's all up on me. Every nigga in there is giving me the eye, bro. Like, somebody get this pendejo out of here. Like, nigga, like, no more locked doors. Them type niggas. They was in there. And they was giving me the eye. I'm telling you. So shorty playing with me, right? She's playing with me because she's gonna tell me, because her mom is a little bit disappointed that I'm there. She's gonna tell me you should get my mom a drink at the bar. But before she told me to do that, she told me that she used to date the freaking bartender. So I'm like, so you want me to go and buy a drink from the bartender that you used to date? Nah, you trying to set me up. But I end up catching another bartender. Anyway, so we up there, she's up under me, and shit is kind of getting hot, nigga. This is like, bro, if it wasn't people watching, some shit was gonna happen. Her mom wanted to leave again. So she gave me a hug and said, I'm gonna send you the address. Oh, I'm like, oh, gang, it's popping. It's on and popping. So we left immediately. But something told me, go to my hotel first, which I did because I needed to get my charger. And then I got to my hotel and she texted me because her mom had been cop blocking all night. Her mother-in-law. She texted me and she said, I don't know how this is going to work. I think my mother-in-law is trying to sleep in my bed. And at that point, I knew shit wasn't happening. It wasn't happening, gang. It wasn't happening.
It
wasn't happening.
Long story short,
Johnny Guillotine says never move from one place to another for ass. I'm not sure who came up with that rule, but I'll tell you this: that my choices was to possibly go home with a woman or wander around with this nigga all night, dry dick as hell, wishing and hoping. Wishing and hoping.
Well, after you left that place, I told you there was like these two little older ladies there that was sitting there. Well, I don't think they was older, but I sat over there and I started chopping it up with them. And I got me some free drinks. So I'm just chilling. I was chilling by that fire when you left for like another like 45 minutes. We was just chilling there talking. But I knew they wanted on shit. So I was just like, let me get a free drink or something. You know what I mean? So and then I went back to the room.
But yeah, though. So I actually spoke with her today. I had her call me because yesterday she had hit me up and she was like, oh, I was so drunk that night. Can you tell me what happened? And I'm like, I mean, we kicked it. You know what I'm saying? We danced, whatever. So then today I hit her up, just to see, what was up. And she told me again, she gonna ask me again, what happened again? Can you tell me what happened? So I ain't respond. I'm like, nah, that's fishy.
Yo, shout out to all the Bigot Army Raiders, by the way. Shout out to all you guys.
That boy, man. Hypnotic, man. I appreciate y'all.
Bigot Army, what's up? Hey, no, actually, fuck Hypnotic. And I'm gonna show you why. Hold on. Let me show you why. Because Hypnotic hit me up. He said, hey, when you get back, I can't wait for you to see your Steam. Right? So I'm like, oh, word. What did he send me? Like what is it that he sent me? Y'all want to see what this nigga sent me on Steam?
What'd he send you? Oh shit.
He sent me this on Steam. And this was the first. I want y'all to understand, I've been off my PC for 4 to 5 days. So when I booted up my PC, this was the first notification that I seen. In the right, it said, Hypnotic sent you a gift. I was like, oh, Lord. And I opened it, and it was this. Now, as you can see, I accepted it. But that doesn't mean anything. Okay?
Oh, my
That doesn't
God.
mean anything. It would have been rude for me to reject the gift that he sent me. Okay? So, shout out to Hypnotic. He's trying to help me, I don't know, get better with my fucking animation skills, I guess. But shout out to Hypnotic, man. That was awesome. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Vegas was a trip.
Hold on, let me finish telling the story. So
yeah, tell him. Oh man, Saturday.
Yeah, so that's what I was getting to. So Friday ended with a thud, no cheeks. I tried to. I was trying to link up with her the next day, but she had to work. You know what I'm saying? She had to work, so that didn't work out. And then the next day, me and Kaida in a bind. We in a bind because our rooms, we had to be out of our rooms by 11 a.m. But this nigga's flight doesn't leave until 5, and mine don't leave till 11 p.m. nigga. So the last thing I wanted to do was to spend my final day in Vegas trying to figure out where the fuck I'm finna have my shit at. Because I can't just be out here wandering around the strip or Fremont with my bags and shit. That's like, come rob me, bro. Like,
Yeah,
nah.
right.
So we had to figure that shit out. But ultimately, the concierge was they was able to take our stuff and lock it away while we went and figured out what we was gonna do with our life for the rest of the day. But then we went to the Hennessy bar.
So let me tell y'all. So we went to the Hennessy bar, right? And that's where everybody was hanging out before it was time to leave. Fucking the Selena Screen Queen, Selena, we had her on a few weeks ago, right? Her man, fucking Vaughn Coleman, his crazy white ass. Damn, we didn't even talk about how we went to the bar.
Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Yeah, make sure you're liking the stream. We didn't even talk about how we went to the nerd bar. And for some reason, all the geeks and gamers people were there. I didn't even know that. And they had midget wrestling in the back. There was some midgets wrestling. That shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie. I watched that for like a good 5 minutes. They was in the back wrestling. That was funny. But yeah, so we went to the Hennessy bar, right? And I don't know if y'all know who Vaughn is, right? He's a black vagabond, right? So he usually goes to all the meetups, right? He's black dude with dreads, whatever, cool dude, right? And he has some gummies, some THC gummies, right? So he gave them to aTraes. And long story short, everybody starts leaving. They start leaving the bar because, everybody's leaving town. They got to get ready to go and all these other things. So we're like, all right, we just going to go walk around. At that point, that's when I booted up the stream on Saturday, right? Showing y'all where we was at. But what y'all didn't see is before I started stream, this nigga aTraes was eating those gummies. And not one, not two. We found out later this nigga ate six 10 milligram THC gummies.
aTraes,
right?
did you think they were just gummy bears? aTraes!
He didn't think they were going to hit like that. See, I had one the day before. That's why I was mellowed out, right? I was chilling. I didn't care what was happening. I was just having a good time. This nigga ate 6, right? So as we were walking around, y'all saw on stream, we got food, you know what I mean? And then we went and walked around and shit. This nigga's like, man, I gotta sit down. I'm getting tired. And so that's when I ended the stream. So we went back to Scream Cream's room. We went back to her room to wait until it was time to go to the airport. Right? This nigga, we get back to the room. He hit the couch and he goes straight like this. He on the couch, he go. Just start. He's knocked. He's out. He's knocked. Everybody's looking at him. They're like, yo, you still got those gummies? Because we was going to get somebody else the gummies, iron oxide, right? And then there was like, how many's left? And it was, I think it was, how many left? There was 2 left, right? There was 2 gummies left. But Vagabond was like, I only had 1. And the other dude was like, I only had 1. So this nigga ate 6 gummies. He was high off his fucking ass. He couldn't do nothing. We're sitting on the couch and there's a bag of chips on the table. He go, hey, are those bag of chips real?
Hey, yo, I remember that shit. Nigga, hold up, guys.
Bag of chips real?
Yo. Damn, that's crazy because I just remember that shit. I was staring at them chips for at least 15 minutes.
Yo, I kid you not. He was sitting on the couch. He was just
like that's this. Exactly how I was just like.
He was like, hey, are those bags of chips real? And everybody crept where we were crying. It's like, yeah, man, eat the chips. And then like I bring out the tequila because I'm like, I can't take that on the plane. So let's finish this off. And there's a dude, Strider, he was there. He was like, yeah, we could drink it. So, and I just remember I left my fucking shot glass in the room. So we were drinking the tequila, and you could just hear this nigga fucking munching on the chips. He was just munching those chips. And he was like, man, can I get some water, bro? My mouth is dry.
Nigga, I had cotton mouth like a motherfucker, boy. I was over there.
That shit was crazy. Nigga, and then I looked over. He was slumped.
Nigga, you ever been high for 24 hours straight?
I have.
Nigga.
I have.
Nigga. I was nigga. Like I was still so high at the airport. Vagabond and the other dude was trying to let me know they was going to do shit. Like I felt like them niggas was babysitting me throughout the entire fucking airport. We get up to the frontier. I'm like, yeah, bro, y'all can go ahead, bro. I'm finna because they was trying to hit me with another overweight fee, but I wasn't that high. Nigga. They was like, yeah, so it's gonna be $100 for your bag. I said, oh, bitch, no, not this time. So I got my bag, pulled my gimbal out. I was like, I will hold this bitch. Quick. They put it on there, no fee. And I turn around, them niggas still waiting on me. I'm like, bro, y'all ain't gotta wait on me. You know what I'm saying? I told them TSA was gonna want to check my bag, so they did leave. But them niggas was babysitting my ass. Bro, you straight, bro? Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. No, I wasn't good, but I was good.
Weren't. You weren't, bro.
Them niggas was sitting next to me. They was like, hey, bro, we're finna get up and go to this other road so we can charge our phones. I was like, yeah, like that shit was crazy. Yeah, I was high, nigga. And then the plane ride was nothing, nigga. It was nothing, nigga. It was nothing. I was so high, it was nothing, nigga. I was already up there, so the plane was nothing, nigga. It was nothing.
I didn't even tell y'all how we went to the dinner, man. And like that was my first time at a Brazilian steakhouse. So I didn't know that they just keep bringing the meat out on the thing. Like, there's a little tab thing that you could put red or green if you want them to bring you some food. My dumb ass, I forgot about it. So it was just on green. So they just kept walking up. Oh, you want some chicken? Oh, you want some filet meat? You want some steak? You want bacon? They just kept, I'm like, yo, I don't want to eat all this meat, dog. That's too much, man. I ain't trying to eat all that shit, bro. But bro, they had this filet mignon, dog. Oh my God, bro. I almost bust right there on that table. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit was good, bro. That shit was so good, man. That shit was so good. And Sheep's wedding was awesome. The piano that they had playing, they played Avengers music for it. They played some Lord of the Rings and the theme from Up. It was like a little cute little wedding, man. But yeah, the trip was fun. However,
that I learned. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, however, next year we're gonna have to do some new Blackstreet exclusive shit. Man. Because it was kind of disorganized at a little bit. It was like, damn, what the fuck are we doing, bro? And shout out Vex, by the way. She was cool, man. That bitch was funny, man.
So yeah, the lesson that I learned is next time we go, like he said, we're gonna do some new Blackstreet shit. The lesson I learned is, nigga, do not go to fucking Vegas with your spouse, man. Like, knowing you finna be around a bunch of goofy motherfuckers, man. Like don't do that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was disappointed on that party bus, nigga. Like every chick on that bitch was accounted for. And I'm like, man, this is not the move. I'm trying to
we're gonna have to get some strippers on that next party bus. You know what I'm saying? I had to get some strippers on that motherfucker.
Anywho, but yeah, though. So that was that game. Vegas was something else. I wish we could tell you, some of the other details. But like I said,
wish. Because that's where the real comedy is. But that's just gonna have to be behind closed doors. Because that shit was funny, man. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was hilarious.
That's a perfect opportunity to use the members only Discord. Just let them know, like, new Blackstreet After Dark.
Nah. If it was just involving us, yes, but it's involving other people, and
that's
somebody will go back and say something, and we can't do that.
Yeah, that's they meet up. But that was my first time in
Speaking
Vegas,
of,
right? So I'm going back.
I suggest that all YouTube's relationships and situationships remain anonymous and between the two parties. Can we agree on that? To a certain someone in the chat, okay? You know what I'm saying? All
what did Gooch do?
Like, can we do that?
Shout out to my boy Gooch, man. That's my guy, bro. That's my guy. Hey, that shit was funny though. That shit was hilarious.
I'm not even talking about that.
head you
I don't know
talking
what you
about?
talking about. You brought up Gucci. I'm talking. No, I'm not even talking about. I'm saying in general.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? In general, let's keep all situationships and involvements between the parties involved. Like I don't know, child. I be playing, I be goofing, chat, but the intention is that y'all will never know if I ever decide to dip into some YouTubian cheeks around here. Yeah, y'all would never know unless that person decide to disclose that, in which I would probably be severely irritated and block that person. But anyway, but yeah, though,
But
yeah,
it was fun.
I don't like to let information leak. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into these super chats, gang, and then we're gonna actually start the real topics. Because I know Lumi is like, wow, I can't edit in on any of this shit.
Lumi's like,
I mean,
I
hey,
hope y'all had a great time.
I am enjoying the story, and I hope you learn don't eat 6 gummies, and make sure the bags of chips are real around
Nah,
you.
you're right. I ain't taking 6 gummies. Next time we doing booger sugar, baby. Yeah.
No, you laughing, but one of them white boys had that shit at the
I
club.
bet they did.
I was in the
bet they freaking
bathroom.
did.
I was in the
Shouts out
bathroom.
to the green-haired anti-liberal. Shouts out to X-Ray girl. Oh no, fuck that. No.
Oh
We can
man, no.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
tell it. This nigga MSK. So I don't know if y'all know who MSK is. His name is Master Swag King. Okay, listen, he's fucking weird. Okay, but he's cool, but he's weird, right? So me and aTraes are at the table. This is at the meetup. We're at the table, and I flag X-Ray Girl, right?
No.
Or did she walk up?
No. I flagged X-Ray girl. Let's
Are you sure you flagged
No,
her?
nigga, it was me. I remember she was coming from my left.
Because she was coming from the bar area, right? She was coming from the bar area.
From the bar area, and I said, "What we got to do to get you on New Black?"
He did say that. He did say that.
What do we have to do to get you on New Black?
He
Street?
did say that.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to X-Ray Girl. She looked nice that night. You know
yeah, we were talking. You know, we're gonna get her on, right? I've been talking to her, so we were talking to her, right? Me and aTraes are sitting there talking to X-Ray Girl. It's a good conversation. You know what I mean? Here come MSK. Like I kid you not, he was just boom, just standing there, came out of nowhere, just interjected himself in the conversation and just stood there, right? And we're just like, all right, what's up? You know, what's up, MSK, whatever. So we keep talking to X-Ray Girl, and I don't even know. Oh yeah, because she was like, what day? She said, what days are good? You know, and I was like, we stream Mondays and Fridays, but you know, you do FNT on Fridays, so we're gonna try to get you on Monday, right? And she was like, okay, yeah, you know, I gotta see you know, my work schedule, you know, it's gonna have to free up some time. So I'll see about it, you know, I'm gonna let you know. This nigga MSK goes, well, your people eat dogs, so you can sacrifice some time.
No, hold on. Before you say anything else, where is it?
I'm gonna let y'all sit on that for a minute. Out of fucking nowhere, I'm like, I was fucking flabbergasted. I was like, nigga. Like y'all don't have that kind of relationship.
If you would have saw X-Ray Girl's face, you would have thought that some rando came and took his middle finger and walked by and shoved it up her ass and walked off.
Dog, it was. She said, "What?" And then like
and
she saw me in the trays.
She gave us that trying to play it off like shocked face, like oh my god, but trying to smile at the same time. And me and this nigga was like.
So we did this, you know, start covering her face. And she goes, you see, she's like, I like the way that y'all are making your faces. That's how I'm feeling right now. That's exactly what she says. And MSK is still standing.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here telling her, bro. I'm sitting here telling her, no, me and Kaida, we're New Black Street. This nigga's not with us.
Yeah, he's not with us.
Yeah,
he's not with the. And I didn't. He did that shit again. So I was talking to the Saska twin, right? You know, me and her, we at the table in the front, we chopping it up. You know what I mean? Just talking. Boom! Here come MSK. You know, he just pop up out of nowhere, right? And he started talking about Yaira in the Riververse. I'm like, okay, so I guess we're fucking talking about comic books now. So, you know, we started talking about that. And, you know, I'm asking her some questions. And then MSK goes, all right, so if Yaira is having sex and she has an orgasm, does her powers activate? Hold on, where's the audio? Where's the fucking where's the audio?
And I see somebody in the chat says she makes jokes like that all the time. Yeah, with her audience and people that she knows.
Yes, they don't have that kind of relationship. He don't know her, right?
That's like y'all hear us make jokes about Nagger all the time, but I guarantee you, some white dude I don't know just come up and randomly call me the hard ER. He gonna get a fistful.
You know what I'm saying? It's different, right? So when I was talking to and he did that, right? You should have seen her face. She goes, I don't know about that, right? The most awkward laugh I've ever heard in my life. But I'm just like, man, ugh. So I just walk away because I'm like, bro, you're fucking up what I'm doing.
Man, listen, so the FNT meetup was more like the cock block meetup. There was a lot of cock blocking going on. There was a lot of cock blocking going on, gang.
I don't know. I was chilling besides that time. I was chilling.
But you left the meetup dry dick as hell.
I sure did. It
was, it was so much cock blocking going on. I can't even begin to tell y'all.
Look, man. So who was I talking to? Because I didn't even get to meet Neurotic, even though I met him.
We gotta get into these topics though. I ain't gonna
we do. I'm trying to think of who I was talking to though. I think
hey yo, Samurai, you gotta get up out of here, man. I'm timing you out. This nigga talking about some you gonna fist him.
No, I was talking to the Sasuke. I was talking to her the whole meetup, right? But like I don't know, every time I'm just sitting there, like I know people want to meet. It's like a meet and greet for them, because they don't make content. And
nigga, if I'm there to meet the Sasuke sisters, nigga, I'm cop blocking your ass the fuck out. Like, nigga, you trying to get some ass.
Kept interjecting, man. I'm like, I'm trying to get in there so we get some kind of relationship going so I can get on the goddamn stream. Like, I'm trying to get cool with her. But they just keep fucking popping up out of everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just popping up.
Cool with her, right, nigga. You can't make this shit up. Anyway, gang, we got to get into these.
Yeah, man, we got to get into these. Long story short, man. Hey, Vegas was fun. Definitely going
Vegas
next
was fun, and MSK, bro.
MSK,
wherever new Blackstreet meetup gonna be next year, nigga, you are banned.
I want him to come. I do. You know what I want? No. That sounded crazy.
What? Yo. Hey, yo.
No. So like, because if we do our little meetup or whatever, we're gonna have the strippers out or whatever. I want him to be there because I want to see his reaction. I do because I don't. I missed it. I missed it at the strip because they took him to the strip club and I was supposed to go, but I was tired. Right? And they said he was at the strip club and that shit was so funny. And I'm upset that I missed that. I wanted to see it, man.
It ain't that entertaining for me to see. And also, whenever we have FNT, if we have a new Blackstreet meetup gang, it's gonna be rules, bro. Do not come with your spouse.
And please, for the love of God,
you've been warned.
Do not do what?
I said you've been warned.
Oh, I thought you said, or you're newborn. I was about to say, who the fuck brought a baby to the meetup? I ain't seen no. I ain't seen no fucking babies. All right, yeah, but.